I'm back, y'all. There we go. So, close that out. There we go. So, we are for sure gonna, like, I hope this happens for the Northeast, but could not happen because the GFS is very unreliable, according to other users of weather models. But it is showing a 958 millibar nor'easter for the northeast. With major, and I mean major, banding on that west and north side. Like literally. I can go to radar, rain, and frozen. You can see the banding. Going from about, so basically that inner core is actually going to be warmer than the rest of the system is, because it has warm air coming up from, or coming around the low pressure and then getting pulled in. So yeah. And it's supposed to get down to 958 or 956 millibars, that system. Or no, the MSLP rain and frozen showed it for it to have a 954 millibar pressure. But then we could get another snowstorm. Maybe. Here's the Euro. There's ice storm, which I do think it might give us some snow up here in Michigan. Maybe a few inches, like 3 to 4 inches. But the Northeast is gonna get slammed. That's for sure. Then we could get a wraparound on the back side of the system through here. You could get a little wraparound of stronger than usual winds, plus more snow, more heavier snow on the wraparound. Then could see another Miller B nor'easter. And then a far southern energy. And then another Miller A nor'easter. Because the low pressure forms through right through here and then goes up and then out. So if I were to go to North Atlantic, y'all can clearly see that ice storm, which is likely going to be a Miller B nor'easter, go out to sea and bomb out, of course, down all the way to 953 millibar bomb cyclone. Then that other nor'easter goes up towards Newfoundland and southeast Canada. Then that southern riding energy is just gonna go out to sea. Nothing to be concerned about. Now, this system right here has me a little concerned because if I'm correct, back in 2023, we had one like this and it was deemed an unnamed subtropical storm. So, we're gonna have to check this one. First of all, checking the wind shear. Does have a very little amount of outflow. Relative humidity, yes, it got a little or a little band of relative humidity on the northern half of the center, which is good. Let's see if I go back to the wind shear if it gets any more outflow. Yes, it does. So possibly could have a subtropical storm. Possibly. I'm not certain though. But it is a possibility. Especially in January into February. Because we have had subtropical storms that time of the year. The vorticity even shows it. Though the vorticity does show a occluded front still connected. Until about this frame. Occluded front is no longer connected. So that means it should be subtropical by that point. And the two frames after that is when it starts weakening. So it's gonna have about a roughly 30-hour window of favorability until it has to start weakening and broadening out. Here's a 700 millibar vorticity. And yes, it does show that it starts to weaken roughly at the 1 a.m. time frame on February 5th and then weakens even more dramatically by 7 a.m. that day. What does the Canadian show? does show some more southern energy, which ain't good, but it also ain't bad. And one area I want to check is uh, the South Africa region, because we have fifth, or what is it? A wet sea, which made landfall in Madagascar. And then we have Dudzai, which is heading out to sea right now. A wet sea is gonna possibly come back over water, according to the Canadian. It does stall or slowly track northwest after it comes off of Madagascar, but it's very weak at first. But then once it gets between South Africa and Madagascar, that's when it starts to strengthen back up and then make landfall as a 992 millibar tropical cyclone and goes over into the actual Indian Ocean. That's according to the Canadian. Here's the Euro. So a wet sea goes into Madagascar. Dudzai goes out to sea. And yes, the Canadian and Euro are trending that a wet sea will go out of Madagascar. Then will make landfall into Madagascar, but different areas. And this model shows it making landfall roughly as a 988, maybe 987 millibar tropical cyclone. And then coming overland, or coming overland and going back over the water in the Indian Ocean. And goes south of these two islands right here. Roughly as a 989 to 987 millibar tropical cyclone. And then as it heads even more southeast, it does strengthen into the low 980s. As we get another frontal system with a pretty big trough actually coming into the Indian Ocean. Now let's look at the GFS. So it's a wet sea and Dudzai doing their own thing. And a wet sea does go into the area between Madagascar and South Africa, goes into Madagascar as a 1002 millibar tropical system, then comes over water again, strengthens up to maybe 995 or 994, I'm guessing, and then weakens dramatically over colder waters. And plus it was doing the Fujiwara dance with whatever this is gonna be, which goes way south. And then could have another tropical disturbance on the east coast of Madagascar. but really no tropical activity. And the trough that the arrow was showing, it's there but more southern. That's for sure. Are you watching my live? Oh my god, it's gonna keep on repeating. Yeah, I'm gonna stop the stream here.